Hey everyone, my name is Fernando and I'm your Olympic sports nutritionist. Now, some of the most common nutrition questions that parents have for their young athletes. One of them is, want to make your kid the next sports superstar? Well, it starts with what's on their plate. And today I'm tackling the most asked questions that parents have on nutrition for performance, strength and energy. Get ready for pro tips. Watch this entire video and I will have your kid outplaying the competition and feeling their best. After all, the world's best Olympic athletes come to Fernando and I've got some crazy tips for you to digest today. First things first, every kid needs the right fuel to power through their practice and recover afterwards. And this all starts with a good protein base. Why? You know, protein is like the building blocks for the muscles, helping them grow stronger and recover after tough games or practice. Now, how much protein does your child need? Now, this depends on a lot of factors. The child's age, size, what sports your child plays, and what duration and intensity of the sport. But generally, it ranges from about 1.2 to 1.7 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day, and this is a solid target. Now, whey protein is considered one of the most highly digestible protein sources. Whey protein has a high biological value, meaning it provides all essential amino acids in a form that's easy for the body to absorb and use, making it ideal for growth and muscle repair. It's also gentle on the stomach, which is beneficial for children who may have more sensitive digestion. But like my son, our children can also be allergic to dairy or specifically whey. Now, if they have a cow's milk allergy, you need to be aware. Since whey is a protein derived from milk, children with milk allergy often react to both whey and casein, the two main proteins found in cow's milk. By the way, if you want to get your child tested, actually, you should get your sports child tested for this allergy. What I will do is I will leave the link for you to order this food intolerance test, and I will leave that in the description below. Please get cracking. Just don't give your child a whey protein randomly because I said so. Test and then discover the best protein. Animal-based proteins like eggs, dairy, fish and lean meats are generally easier to digest, and that's my favorites, and they have a higher biological value, providing the complete amino acid profile. Plant proteins such as beans and lentils can be harder for some children to digest due to the high fiber content and anti-nutrients like phytates that can actually inhibit digestion. Now, most people don't know this, but cooking methods also affect digestibility. For example, boiling, steaming, poaching actually make the protein easier to digest than frying or grilling, though it tastes better in frying or grilling. Now, what's the best time for them to consume protein? Digesting large portions of protein at once may be challenging for young children. Smaller, well-distributed portions throughout the day are easier on their digestive system. For example, in my son, I don't give him massive amounts of animal protein at lunchtime. I break it down into his tiffin box in the morning, lunchtime, a snack in the evening, and dinner time. So keep this in mind that the smaller your child is, you want to split up the protein during the entire day because they have small stomachs, small digestive systems, and you cannot give an adult-sized serving of protein. So keep this in mind. Now, you and I, both as parents of athletes, know that we need protein, but we often miss out on the importance of carbohydrates. I can't stress on carbs, which turn into glycogen, and this is what all the children's muscles use for energy. Before they jump into practice, a snack that is high in carbs and has a little bit of protein is really spot on. Different sports have different carb requirements. Now, this as a parent, you have to find out. This is due to the different durations, different intensities, and different energy systems being used by the body, and that's where we sports nutritionists come in. All parents think they're sports nutritionists, but there are different systems. But generally, complex carbohydrates are ideal about 1 to 2 hours before the practice or the event. As young athletes, they need to maintain their energy levels throughout a longer duration, so these complex carbs really help. Foods like oatmeal, whole grain toast, sweet potatoes provide sustained fuel, helping avoid energy dips. About 30 minutes before the activity, a small snack with simple carbs like, say, banana or a sports drink can provide a quick boost of energy to top off the glycogen stores without causing digestive discomfort. In fact, a lot of times I tell people, hey, you know what? You need to train your gut to learn how to eat. Train your gut, not only training for practice, but train your gut. So you train your gut with different types of molecules, from proteins to complex carbs to simple carbs. But you can't start it on the day of your practice. You have to ease into it. But let's go forward. And after practice, what should we be doing? After practice, two primary goals. First is to replenish these lost battery reserves called the glycogen stores. But what are glycogen stores? When you exercise, your body utilizes the stored glucose, i.e. the glycogen packets, and it is a primary energy source, and it's also called the muscle glycogen. Now this glycogen depletes when there's high intensity training or prolonged endurance activities. So your first goal is replenish these lost reserves of glycogen. The second is to initiate MPS or muscle protein synthesis for repair and adaptation. When your child exercises, certain micro tears form in their muscles, and this causes microscopic damage to the muscle fibers. Now this is good, but you need to heal it. So you need to initiate protein synthesis in the muscle to repair this damage. Now you tackle the problem, which is glycogen restoration, with consuming carbohydrates, and you initiate muscle protein synthesis. But obviously, you need some protein. Studies indicate that you need to pair carbohydrates with protein in a 3:1 ratio or a 4:1 ratio for maximum recovery. Carbs with higher glucose and sucrose work particularly well as they have a high glycemic index, spiking insulin to drive nutrients and push them into the muscle cells faster. The first 30 minutes post-exercise are considered the anabolic window, where muscles are most receptive to nutrient uptake. Remember this, 2 hours is the maximum eating window. After that, you start eating up your muscles. Now remember, eating during this window can maximize glycogen replenishment and muscle repair. After this period, muscles remain responsive for another 1 to 2 hours, but the peak sensitivity diminishes. Think about it as losing your window of opportunity. Now let's talk about the hero of every athlete's routine, hydration. For athletes who have sweated heavily, especially in warm climates, plain water may not fully restore hydration. You ask, why? Electrolyte drinks that contain sodium, potassium, and magnesium are essential. These are the electrolytes. Sodium aids in fluid retention, potassium helps in muscle contraction, and magnesium helps prevent cramping. Now, all of you know I have an 11-year-old son, and he plays sports including tennis, karate, and running around. He sweats a lot. He really sweats a lot. And when he was much younger, I could not find any market-based solution which I could give him an isotonic sports drink. So I went about with a manufacturer creating my own personal blend of salts, the correct glucose and the correct sucrose and the correct maltodextrin combination, and created one of the perfect blends of electrolytes in an isotonic drink called One Chase. I always told my son, you need to chase your dreams. So what I'm going to do is this isotonic solution, which even children can consume, I'll leave the link below in the descriptor. If you want to order a sample, hit us up and ask us for a sample. We'll send it across to your child so that you can try it out. Fair warning, I have not used artificial flavors in this. So your child will get a coconut water consistency and say that it's not sweet, I don't like the drink. But you as a parent need to understand that we are not going to be feeding our children aerated, sweetened beverages here. This is not a drink for pleasure. This is a drink for performance. You got to tell your child that if they want to win and become the #1 champion, they need to take an isotonic sports drink, which is not sweet, which is the consistency of coconut water, and should not have artificial orange, pineapple, cola flavors in it, because those flavors do nothing except stimulate your taste buds. And after all, your kid is not in it for the Olympics to win wagging of your tongue. They are in it to win their game of sport. Coming back, the general guideline is to replace about 1.5 times the fluid loss during exercise. If weighing pre and post workout isn't possible, a good rule of thumb is to have young athletes drink until the urine is a light straw color, indicating adequate hydration. It shouldn't be dark yellow. If your child's out there running, jumping, and sweating, they need consistent hydration throughout the day. It keeps their muscles working smoothly and reduces the chance of cramps. During long practices, healthy snacks play a big role in keeping their energy steady. A mix of quick digesting carbs and fats like apples with peanut butter or trail mix keeps the blood sugar balanced, providing that steady fuel they need to stay sharp and strong on the field. These snacks are like power-ups that help them perform without feeling sluggish or weighed down. In fact, another favorite of mine is the dry fruit laddu. You should try that one out. And what about building muscle? If your child wants to get stronger, the focus should be on healthy, age-appropriate strength training combined with good nutrition. Protein after training helps muscle repair, but they also need enough of calories to grow. So a balanced diet is crucial here. Remember, supervised body weight exercises, light resistant bands, or even kid-friendly weights can help build strength safely. Now, I know supplements come up a lot. In most cases, real food wins every time because it gives the full spectrum of nutrients. But a simple shake with natural ingredients is okay if your child needs an extra protein boost. Just steer clear of high caffeine or stimulant-based products that they don't need. Focus on wholesome foods first. A lot of us parents think we know about nutrition, and we go out and do research off the internet and Google up protein supplements, carbohydrate supplements, and multivitamins. Parents, most of these supplements are designed for bodybuilders and they do not contain kid-friendly servings. They also contain high amounts of artificial flavors, artificial sweeteners, something you do not want to be putting into your kid, because my child plays tennis every day of the week. So imagine every day giving my child a protein powder with artificial chocolate Monday, artificial chocolate Tuesday, artificial chocolate Wednesday, artificial chocolate Thursday. You get the gist, right? Why would you give your children all these supplements with toxic artificial sweeteners and flavors in it? We want to feed our children naturally. Therefore, if choosing a supplement, consult your sports nutritionist first. Get the correct one that's child-friendly and work with your nutritionist for the correct dosing. I've had case incidences where parents have fed their child protein powders and lo and behold, they do not do blood tests and we have found liver damages in certain children. And in one case in my career, we found out kidney damage. But luckily for me, when the parents came to me, they were giving the child protein supplements for 3 years. I asked for a blood test, and when the blood test came back, I was like, there's a problem with your kidneys, you need to meet an endocrinologist. And lo and behold, the endocrinologist said, you know what, you shouldn't have been giving your child a protein supplement without consulting the medical sports doctor or the sports nutritionist. What you have done has harmed your child. So parents, be cautious about trying to fix your child's diet yourself. Get professional help. And speaking of harm, parents, sleep is the new culprit for all our children. An athlete needs about 8 to 10 hours of sleep to recover, and during this deep sleep, their body releases growth hormones and gets to working to repair all the muscles they used up that day. Think of the ultimate recovery shake, and it's only without the blender. Sleep is the new diet in my book. If your child can get 10 hours of sleep, research in Stanford and basketball players have shown 9 to 10% improvement in 3-point throw accuracy. So my son is pushed off to bed by 9 o'clock and every day I'm shouting at him, I can get to bed, I can get to bed. Why? Because his dad wants him to get more than 8 hours of sleep, because his dad wants him to grow taller, and he will grow taller because the added sleep is releasing stem cells and growth hormone that is not only helping him recover from his training but also helping him in his growth. And we need taller, fitter, stronger athletes. So now there you have it. Fueling your young athlete is more than just feeding them. It's about timing, variety, and choosing foods that support both performance and growth. With the right nutrition, you will give them the foundation they need to thrive in sports and life. If you want to take your child's nutrition to the next level, me and my team of sports dietitians can help you. Please fill in the form in the description and my team of sports nutritionists will reach out to you. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button. Please subscribe to my channel as I continuously come across with tips on how you can raise strong and healthy kids. Let's keep cheering our kids on. They are our future. Looking on you to get them to the Quad Nutrition Clinics, where we will take care of your child and make them the next Olympic champion.